Oh, hello there, just digging out my old Amazon Fire TV stick. Most televisions you buy these days have Amazon, Netflix and all those sorts of things absolutely built in. But if your television's a bit older or doesn't have those facilities, then you can buy these devices for only a few pounds or dollars, plug them in an HDMI port, and on this one you'll get Amazon Fire, you can get Netflix, Rakuten, all sorts of things. Really useful if you want to upgrade your TV without actually having to buy a new one. Anyway, if you've been here before, then it's always good to see people again. Thanks for coming back, it really shows I'm doing something useful. If you're a new visitor here, then great to see you, always good to make new friends. Have a good look around the site, see what you find, enjoy the videos. And look, I'm getting lots of new subscribers, and we're about to really make a breakthrough and get some traction on Google. So if you can like the video, share the video, get other people to subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate that. Well, a little while ago I did a video about batteries. There's quite a lot of interest there, so I'm doing an update into more detail. So let's get started. There's lots of batteries, many of them. In fact, here's a box just to show you a few of the ones I've got in storage. Now, the bigger they are, the more powerful they tend to be. So we've got various types. We've got AAA batteries here, which are small, and they're typically used in remotes like this. AA batteries are a bit bigger, and they're typically used in torches, things like that. Now, in the old days, we used to have battery-powered cycle lights and things. We used to use big batteries like these Ds. They're not seen around very much these days. And they're all about 1.2 volts. There's other types, square ones for example, like a PP3 here, and these tend to get used in smoke alarms where they need more power, more voltage. These are typically 9 volts. And all the ones you've seen so far are also available as rechargeables, whether they're the cylindrical A-type or they're the square P-type. Now, there's various types of rechargeable battery. In the old days, these used to be NiCads, which had problems with not very good storage, memory capacity, so they couldn't have actually got, and they wore out quite quickly. So most of these days are actually nickel metal hydride. Okay? The voltage stays the same between all of these, but the capacity varies. Now, traditionally, the bigger the capacity, the more it's going to cost you. So it's a matter of finding out where the sweet spot is, where you're getting the maximum capacity for the minimum cost. So it's all down to milliamp hour per pound, I suppose. Now what we're going to do now is talk about the various other types of rechargeable battery that there are. There's some that look very similar to these, but they're actually lithium ion. They're typically high voltage, about 3 volts. These get used in solar devices, for example, and because it's 3 volts rather than 1.2, you don't really get them mixed up with putting them into a remote control or something like that. And there's also another type which I can't show you, but it's a lithium polymer. They're used in phones and things like that. In essence, they're bags of battery, so you can shape them, squeeze them, mould them and things like that, which is why they're used in devices like laptops and phones where they're trying to get the minimum physical size as possible. But be careful, because as they get hotter and as they get older, they can expand. I've actually seen the bottom of a laptop blown off by the battery expanding. Really, really quite interesting. And there's also various specialist types for cameras, for example. This is out of my Lumix camera, this is out of an old Ricoh, and these are different sizes and quite unique and often need their own charging devices. So now let's look at some really funky batteries. We're going to start off with these, which are silver oxide or alkaline. They're typically 1.5 volts and they get used in wristwatches and torches. In fact, they come in different sizes and different shapes and different numbers. In fact, here's an example here of different types I've used, and you can see they have AG numbers and also a 3-digit number. These are actually interchangeable, meaning the same thing, but the batteries themselves vary in different sizes between the different codes. So these are what I have. And then we can look at these little lithium batteries here. Actually, they're lithium manganese oxide, but that doesn't really matter too much. And you get these used in watches, in key fobs, in tile tags like that, for example, and also in torches. And these all have CR numbers. Okay, if you look here, this was a CR2016. What this means is the first 2 digits of the CR number say the diameter, and the last 2 digits tell you the height in tenths of millimeters. Okay, so useful. Again, these are not available as rechargeables, neither are these, so it's use them and then dispose of them safely. Now, I mentioned power banks. We'll mention those again. This is a power bank here, typically 15,000 milliamp hour. This one's about 12.5. On this one, you get an idea of the charge by pressing the button, and it shows you how charged it is. This one you can see is about half charged. When we want to charge it fully, we just plug in a micro USB, in this case in here, plug it to a USB charger, and it gets tanked up. It's a big unit, so it can take quite a long time. And when we're using it, we've got 2 USB A ports here. One's a low low wattage, the others are high wattage, so you can choose what you want. And then you can either power devices or recharge devices. A typical modern smartphone, like this one for example, has a battery of about 5,000 milliamp hours. So on a 15,000 milliamp hour power bank like this, you'll get 2.5 to 3 charges for your mobile phone. Or you can plug something in like a soldering iron or a video camera if you're using it, and use it as a direct power source. Okay. So we can use them to power and charge other things. Well, that's pretty much it for battery update. I've enjoyed making the video. As I mentioned earlier, I'm starting to get traction on YouTube with new subscribers and things, so please help me to really get things going and we can expand what we're doing a lot more. So please like the video, please share it with other people. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and please encourage others to. After all, it's free and there's lots of useful things on the channel which you'll pick up from time to time. So thanks for watching.